Okay, now we'll begin the step-by-step instructions here in Access Chapter 4. If you want to follow along in the book, it's on page Access 239. Starting here at the top, we're going to create a simple report based off the database that we have here, the JSP Recruiters database. So if you don't have the navigation pane showing, go ahead and make sure you show that. Make sure client table there is selected. Alright, and then the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to go to the Create tab. We're going to go to the Report Wizard. It's going to be a really easy way to create a report without having to set the layout and everything like that. Here's where our Report Wizard comes up, and it gives us a list of available fields we can select from. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to select City, and then hit this button here, and it'll add it to our selected fields. Here's the fields we can add. Here's the fields we have added. Okay, now that we've added the city, the next thing we're going to do is add the client number, add the client name, add the amount paid, and the current due. Okay, after doing that, you can hit Next. This is where we could add levels of grouping. We could add city right now. That's what our report is eventually going to look like, but we're not going to do that at this point. I'm going to show you how to do that after you've created the report using the Report Wizard. So go ahead and leave those groupings off and hit Next. Here we could also add sorting for our report. This is another thing we're going to do after the wizard creates a report, and then when we create a second report in this chapter, I'll show you how to do it here in the wizard. So go ahead and hit Next now. This is where we can determine the layout. We're going to leave it tabular and portrait, so hit Next. And here you get to choose the style. You can see the different styles as I click through there. We're going to go and keep it on the module, so select module if you don't have that already, and hit Next. This is where we name it. We're going to call this Clients by City. It's going to be the name of our report, and hit Finish, and that's the Report Wizard showing you your report. Okay, you can see here we've got city, client number, client name, amount paid, and current due, and it's all listed out there like that. Now that we've seen our report, we can go ahead and close this. And that report we were looking at was opened in regular view there. What we're going to do now is we're going to open that same report. We're going to open it though in layout view. There's really three kinds of views. There's the standard view that you would actually use to see your report. There's the layout view, which shows you the report, but also then allows you to edit how it appears. And then the design view, which we'll get into more into Chapter 5. So go ahead and right click on your Clients by City report and click Layout View. Now you can see over here, this is these sub-files I was referring to before. We created that report, and now it's listed over here. It's been saved. It's a part of this. We don't have to save our Access database. That was already saved when we gave it a name. Okay, so now we have this open in Layout View. Next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to add a group to it. One thing I'm going to do here, just to give us a little more room to see our report, I'm going to hide the navigation pane. And I'm going to close this fields list. We're going to be bringing that back up in a little bit, but I'm going to close it for now. Okay. Now we're going to add a group, and we're going to add a sort to it. If you don't see that down here already, you'll need to be on the Format tab. Click the Group and Sort button right here, and that allows you to add groups and add sorts to your report. Now click on Add Group. This is where we're going to select City. We're going to group it by city. That was kind of fast. Let me delete that and show you that again. So click on Add Group. It adds the group. This is where we select what we're grouping by. We're going to group our clients by city. When I click City, you can see now all of the people in this city are grouped together as such, in this city as such, and you can see it's put them together by city. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a sort, and we're going to sort by client name. Okay, so that's going to change these within each city. It's going to alphabetize the clients in it. So I do that, and you can see now they are sorted by name. So that's how you add grouping and sorting. In the next lesson, we're going to get into adding totals and subtotals and resizing our columns.